so many industries have been established in the post-independence in India and which belongs to private, public and joint sectors. And what are the different measures have to adopt to improve the industrial sectors? That framework has set by the government, that is called industrial policy. In the first industrial resolution policy has introduced in 1948. Namaste my dear students, Shubha Hebba here, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram of First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Yes, my dear students, a warm welcome to the session. Yes, in this session, we are going to discuss about the third chapter, that is Industrial Development in India, which belongs to first unit, Features and Problems of Indian Economy of Pre-Reforms Indian Economy. Yes, my dear students, just we have discussed about what are the different problems of agriculture sector in India. In this session, that discussion about primary sector of our country, this is the time to discuss about industrial secondary sector of our country. Yes, my dear students, let us start the session with discussion of content. What are the contents we are going to discuss today? Yes, quite introduction to industrial sectors, and next evolution and different phases of industrializations before independence and till the reforms, just what it take the different steps. Next, industrial policy in India and what are the different objectives we are going to discuss in industrial policy content. And next one, Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948. There are two important IPR, Industrial Policy Resolutions. So one is 1948 and another one is 1956. What are the features of Industrial Policy Resolutions? And next, what do you mean by industrial license and what are the different features of new industrial policies? So these are all different content we are going to discuss in this session. Let us start to discuss about industrial sector in India. Dear students, industrial sector is considered as a secondary sector of our country. Yes, 26.18% of total employment rate depends upon industrial sectors, and of course contribution by industrial sector to GDP, it is near to 25.9% of total GDP contributed by industrial sector only. Industrial sector considered as a secondary sectors. Every modern economy which has certain features or the indication of development of a country which characterized by industrialization or that development of industrial sectors. Yes, employment generation, aggregate output level also will get increases, standard of living increases, then infrastructure system also will get developed. So these are all the different features which have contributed by industrializations. Then we should come to know about, yes, what is the real importance of industrializations or development of industrial sectors. Industrial sector play a major role in economic development. What is the real conditions of industrial sectors? That we have to discuss in this session. Yes, let us discuss about the development of industrial sectors or evolutions of industrial sectors. There were existence of industries before independence also. And of course, that so many industries have been established in the post-independence in India and which belongs to private, public and joint sectors. Let us discuss about evolution of industries. Industrial sector, how it get developed in our country. Yes, there are five many phases. First phases started from 1818 to 1854. This period is called abortive phases. There is no any development in industrial sectors. And of course, during this period, our industrial sector were suffering from British rulers. In this period, that is textiles mills, were established at Kolkata and paper and pulp industries were established So there were so many different industries were established but not got developed because of problems of investment and problems of raw materials and infrastructure development, and another one important factor which our industry were suppressed by colonial rule. Our economy were popularized by muslin clothes, silk materials and different handicrafts, but those are all the particular industries were suffered by British rulers. And of course, just they have planned about utilizations of our resources and encourage their modern industries. Okay, so this is the first phases that textiles mills were established and different other paper and pulp industries were established, but there is no more development in this period. That is called abortive phases. And second one, it is started from 1854 to 1907. Okay, this is considered as incipient phases. It is not a first step, but it has born. Under the incipient phases, so many industries were established, and yes, cotton textiles established at Mumbai, and of course Karsanji Devarji is called first entrepreneur of our country. And next another woolen industry, jute industries also were established in a particular period, and we have started to export jute products to Australia and different countries. Okay, just we have taken not initial step, but we have started to get developed. And in 1853, the first railway services had introduced. It start from Thana to Mumbai, and also and second one in 1874, iron and steel industries also has established. Okay, so these are all different industries were established, and so many industries were located at Bombay only. Yes, in 120 mills were established. Under this, more than 60 industries were located at Bombay only. So these are all different initiative steps we have taken under the second phases. And coming to next phases in 1907 to 1955. Under the third phases, it is started from 1907 to 1955. It is called premature phases. Okay, in 1907, Tisco were established in Jamshedpura by Jamshedji Tata. That is, so Tata Iron and Steel Company. And next one, that is in 1923, that is Vidhyaashram steel plant were established at Bhadravati in Karnataka. Okay, these are all different big industries were established before independence. Okay, and during this period, that is Industrial Resolution Policy, IPR, Industrial Policy Resolution, that is 1948. Industrial Policy Resolution or Industrial Resolution Policy. Okay, so in the first Industrial Resolution Policy has introduced in 1948. Under this resolution policy, they have taken important decision regarding development of industrial sectors. Yes, furtherly we will discuss about this resolution policy. And next one, so these are all the development which belongs to that third phases. And fourth phases, it is started from 1955 to 1985. Yes, it is called early mature phases. Yes, we have started to get developed in industrial sectors. During this period, second 5-year plan has started, and second 5-year plan has given the priority to industrial sector development. First 5-year plan has given the priority to agriculture sector development, and second 5-year plan has given the priority to industrial sector development. Second and half of the third 5-year plan and fourth 5-year plan also has given the priority to industrial sector development. Second 5-year plan is considered as a constitution of India, and yes, Prashant Chandra Mahalanobis has framed the important model about industrial sector development, particularly focusing on development of cottage and small scale industries during the period of 1953. And during the third 5-year plan, just they have introduced Industrial Policy Resolution 1956. Policy Resolution 1956 has started, and of course it has classified the industries in 3 categories: Schedule A, Schedule B and Schedule C. What are the different industries belongs to Schedule A, Schedule B, Schedule C? Furtherly we will discuss. Yes, so these are all major steps taken under the 4th phases, and I have stated that half of the third 5-year plan, yes, during the particular period, India has been facing the problem of financial crisis because of Indo-Pak and Indo-China war. Okay, so these are all the different contents coming under the 4th phases of industrialization. And 5th phases, yes, it is started from 1985. Okay, so this particular period considered as mature phases, rapid industrializations. So these particular phases has given the priority to that electronic and high-tech industries and big industries. Okay, so these are all different phases of industrializations. Yes, just we have discussed about different phases of industrialization. Next, move forward to industrial policy. So, why the government has taken initiative steps to improve the industrial sectors? Because of industrial sector which provide that wide employment opportunities, and the ratio of contribution to GDP is more than agriculture sector. That is why it is one of the important features which has indicated the economic development of the country. Yes, let us discuss about industrial policy which have introduced by the government. What do you mean by industrial policy? It is a set of standards and measures set by the government to evaluate the progress of manufacturing sector and ultimately enhance the economic growth and development of the country. Okay, which tells about evaluate the development of manufacturing sectors, development of industrial sectors, and what are the different measures have to adopt to improve the industrial sectors. That framework has set by the government, that is called industrial policy. Let us discuss what are the different objectives of industrial policies. Yes, it's development of natural resources, that industrial sector development which helps to proper utilizations of natural resources. It helps to identifying, collecting and proper utilizing of resources. Okay, so this helps to development of natural resources. And next one, to augment industrial productions. Yes, rapid industrialization which helps to increase in the aggregate output of our country. And next one, modernizations. Modernization, which means that policy much more focusing on modernization in industrial sectors, which means adoptions of new technology. It is nothing but capital intensive system. Okay, and next one, balanced industrial development. Yes, focusing on which particular industry is in backward and which industry required to financial investment, which industry required to labor services, which industry required that infrastructure development. By consideration, these are all the problems. Government will provide the assistance for their requirements. Okay, and next one, balanced regional development. Yes, particularly 1956 and 1948 IPR, Industrial Policy Resolution, it was focusing on establishment of new industries in particular backward areas. Yes, establishment of new industry in backward area which helps to improve the infrastructure development of particular locality, and of course local area also will get developed by improving the standard of living of the people also. Yes, so these all are different objectives of industrial policies. And next one, that Industrial Policy Resolution 1948. Yes, under the third phases, it is started from 1907 to 1955. Yes, under this particular phases, Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948 has been formed. It's defined the board counters of the policy which delineating the role of state and industrial development. Yes, how to determine the state intervention in industrial sector development. And of course, it has classified industries into 4 broad areas. Yes, during this period, India just has adoptions of mixed economic system. Yes, after adopting the mixed economic system, they had to form about 3 important sectors. Primary sector considered as agriculture sector, secondary sector considered as industrial sectors, and service sector considered as terrestrial sectors. Okay, and yes, secondary sector, industrial sector has to taken different measures to improve their sectors. And of course, industrial policy resolutions classify the industries into 4 broad categories. So one is strategic industries, second one basic key industries, and third one important industries and other industries. Yes, what are the strategic industries? There are 3 important industries which are authorized by central government. What are the 3 industries? Yes, first one arms and ammunitions, and second one atomic energy, and third one railway industries. Railway industries. And next one basic and key industries. Okay, so these basic and key industries which belongs to private and public sectors. These particular industries, private cum public sector industries, and there are 6 industries which belongs to these particular industries. Core industries and iron and steel industries, then aircraft manufacturing, then shipbuilding industries. So there are 6 industries which belongs to that basic and key industries. And next one, important industries. Okay, so these important industries which belongs to only private sectors. This is totally 18 industries which allowed to private sectors. Sugar industries, paper industries, heavy chemical industries, and fertilizer industries. So these are all different 18 industries which belongs to that important industries. And the last one, other industries. So these other industries which belongs to private and cooperative sectors. Private and cooperative sectors. Okay, so remaining all industries which are allowed to private and cooperative sectors. Okay, under the 1948 IPR, that Industrial Policy Resolution, there are 4 major classifications. So under the first strategic industries, there are 3 industries authorized by central government, and under the basic or key industries, there are 6 industries which are managed by private cum public. And next, important industries, just that private sectors which belongs to private sector, there are 18 industries, and remaining industries which belongs to other industries. After 1948, another one in industrial policy resolution has been introduced. Why they are introduced? Second one, 1956, is there are problems of governmental licensing policies. Furtherly, we will discuss about licensing policy, industrial license policy. Yes, that the second important policy, that is Industrial Resolution Policy 1956, that government revised the first industrial policy 1948. So through the particular policy, that is 1956, yes, it regarded that economic constitution of India, or it is considered as the Bible of state capitalism. Yes, according to IPR 1956, it has been classified into 3 categories: Schedule A, Schedule B, Schedule C. Under the Schedule A, there are 17 industries exclusive responsibility of state. except 4 industries. According to this IPR 1956, 4 industries, same, that arms and ammunition and railway and atomic and air transport. So these are all 4 industries which have taken the responsible by central government, and all other 17 industries it is carried by state government. And Schedule B, there are 12 industries open to private and public sector participation, and these particular industries progressively state owned. And that C industry, under the Schedule C, only just left out of 6 industries, all other industries coming under the private and public enterprises. Okay, so this is particularly belongs to that resolution of 1956. And also one more important thing under the IPR 1956, just it promote the industry in backward areas. Because of to remove the regional imbalance. Okay, so these are all different content coming under the IPR 1956. And next, moving forward to that industrial license. Yes, before just I have used the particular term industrial license. What do you mean by industrial license? Under the Government Regulation Act, that every entrepreneur has to take the permission by the government to establish the new industries or branch expansion or close the firms itself. So this procedure is called industrial license. Under the Regulation Act, that every entrepreneur they has to take the permission by the government to establish the new industries or just to start a firm, close a firm, to decide the amount of goods that could be produced. So this procedure is called license. And of course, license to increase the production were used only if the government was convinced that the economy required more goods. The government has taken this decision because of, yes, we have adopted the mixed economic system, in the sense what is our economical motto, what is our social motto, that is social welfare, not about profit motives. That is why the government has taken this decision, yes, which convinced that the economy which required more of goods, that goods only can be produced by that permission of the government. After reforms period, which means adoptions of new economic policy in 1991, just except 6 industries, license of all other industries got cancelled. Okay, and next one, what are the different features of new industrial policies? Yes, that de-reservation of public sectors, and presently only 2 sectors, delicensing and disinvestment of public sectors, liberalization and foreign investment, and foreign technology agreements. So these are all different features of new industrial policies. Yes, that new industrial policy just has gone under the corrections of industrial policies. Yes, what are the different features of new industrial policies? First one, de-reservation of public sectors. Yes, de-reservation of public sector in the sense, except 6 industries, just all other industries got permitted to established by private sectors, which tells about reduce the role of public sector in industrial sectors. And second one, presently only 2 sectors. Yes, atomic energy and railway industry, only 2 industries, responsibilities taken by the central government. And next one, delicensing. Already as I told that except 6 industries, all other industry license got cancelled, which means open with the private sectors. And next one, disinvestment of public sectors. Yes, strategic sale of shareholding and disinvestment which helps to private sector participation in industrial sectors, which create more capital accumulations. And next one, liberalization of foreign investment, FDI, foreign direct investment. It helps to accumulations of funds from other countries. At presently, more than 74% of foreign direct investment can be utilized in that process. And the last one, that is foreign technology agreements. Yes, which related to automatically approval of foreign technology agreements. So these are all which belongs to that features of new industrial policies. Yes, dear students, in this session, just we have discussed some portions of industrial sector in India. Remaining part of this chapter, which means we have to discuss about micro, small and medium industries and what is the real conditions of service sectors, we will discuss in the next session. Dear students, it is time to do end of this session. Yes, I hope you have understand about the concept, what is industrial policy and what is IPR 1948 and 1956 and what are the different objectives and features of industrial policy. Those are all we have discussed, and evolutions of industrial policy, how that industrial sector got developed in our country. Those are all we have discussed today. I hope you have understand those are all concept. Thank you students. Keep watching, understand the concept. Thanks for joining me in this session. Thank you once again.